Hey there, you beautiful gamers, and do be welcome to the channel. Today we have some major news that are just music to my ears, dude. I'm so excited to talk about this. It's regarding this new stuff that we found out. It's not, I wouldn't actually call it a leak, but more on the lines that things that we found out that will link us or may allow us to link us to some other theories, if you so call it, but it's more on the lines of unconfirmed, confirmed stuff, if that makes sense to you. Bear with me here. First and foremost, I would like to set the mood for it, for all of this that we are going to talk about. I'm pretty sure that by now you guys already have watched some videos about what we do know so far about the game, which isn't really that much since all that we got is this CGI trailer where they showcased a first-person camera view kind of RPG, and that is about. About is a first-person RPG set in the world of Eora. Now, what is the world of Eora? It's a mythos or lore universe for Pillars of Eternity. And this is huge because we can dig a whole lot of information if we search along the lines that of the stuff that we already have from the games. So, what we did find out from this trailer is that let's share a little bit of context in here. Pillars of Eternity 2 and Pillars of Eternity 1, they both had a similar approach into the storytelling of the mythos and the lore of the game. You see, in this universe we have this pantheon of gods that pretty much emulates, not pretty much emulates, but you can attach it somehow to the Greek mythology of or their gods' pantheons, where the gods actually have a more direct approach into the world of mortals. They do appear to them and show as or pick them, choose them as their champions. And yeah, pretty much in two of the games that we already had, which is Pillars of Eternity and Pillars of Eternity 2 Deathfire. In the first one, we had a focal narrative approach onto Eothas, where he led a rebellion in the mortal realm, if you would like to call it that way. And then in the second one, of course, yes, there is a direct approach into the other gods. You do have contact with them, you do like get to know them and the lore and the cults around them and even the gods themselves. But the focal point in each game is one god and their story and what they caused and what they are doing. In the second one, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deathfire, we are the champions of Berath, and we have to set things right for whatever Eothas is doing. And I'm not gonna dwell too much in this, just set up the context to say that in the third one, or third entry of the series, we might actually be in the skin of a champion of Wodika. And who is Wodika? She is the goddess, because they do show themselves physically like they want to. I'm pretty sure they don't actually have a gender, but they do appear as something that they want to materialize or choose a specific shape that it's suits their interest. So moving on, in the trailer we had these runes that form up in the blade of the sword that they translate their Iderian runes, and they translate to Oath Binder, and this is huge. This is the first thing that we can link to Wodika, you see, because Wodika is the goddess that upholds vows, oaths, and pretty much punishes those who defile their vows or stuff around the line. One of the strongest cults in this world that pledge to Wodika would be the Steel Garrote, They're pretty much an order of paladins that dedicate themselves to hunt down or punish those who do not those who do not uphold their vows. Also, we might actually be talking of a game where it's set in the Iberian Empire. For some of the the banner in the trailer looks similar to it. Also, the technology, each continent has or faction has this development for technology, being the Balian Empire a little bit more resembling to a Renaissance period of time, whereas the Adir Empire pretty much is more like a feudalism kind of stuff. But yeah, being said all that, what do we have? Why is this title of the video called "We might actually have a third-person multiplayer" and all this crazy stuff that we all want to see? You see, recently Obsidian posted a job search for a specific assets for the Enterprise. And then let's take a look at what the job listing says. And Obsidian Entertainment is looking for a talented combat animator with experience creating ranged combat for first-person games to join us in crafting our next high-profile role-playing game. Also, in the responsibilities, it says create high-quality first-person and third-person combat animations for characters and creatures. We do have to take this with a lot of care because this. Let's take a look at the other Obsidian's games right now. They have on the market right now Grounded, which of course it does has a first person and third person camera modes. It does features this kind of camera modes, but the thing is that in the job listing that we have here is they are looking for their next upcoming role-playing game, and this is huge. I wouldn't actually call Grounded to be a role-playing game, although it does has these features that will be similar to the genre. But in the end, if we would have to attach this game to a specific genre, would be of course into the survival tag, not in the role-playing stuff. Also, some other of the job listings do require people that has knowledge developing multiplayer experience and cross-platform supporting. And this is the one that actually bugs me the most. I mean, uh, it is possible. It is possible to implement a multiplayer experience in this kind of game. We didn't saw it in games like Pillars of Eternity because of the real-time pause feature. It wouldn't actually fit that well in there, although it could fit in the new combat system, which is more like a tactical, strategically kind of game, similar to what we have in Divinity Original Sin. But all in all, this could actually be a job listing post for Grounded, which is still on preview and they're still working on it. And pretty much the one that really interests us here, in at least in my point of view, would be the one that allows us, the player, or where they require people that can design combat animations for first and third person camera mode. And this is especially interesting because we have seen quite a backlash from the community when we see these kind of games that doesn't allow us to play in third-person camera mode, and I do understand it. I'm one of those. I mean, who doesn't like to take a look at their Barbies while they play? Mm. Also, I do believe that it adds a whole lot of sense of identity when you're able to see your player character armor and all the customization that you go through and the looting and all that stuff that you find in the world. You feel rewarded when you actually get to see it than when you don't. There was a little of a backlash when the Outer Worlds released and announced and pretty much being the competitor for Fallout, and it doesn't allow you to see your armor. I mean, what's the point of getting cool armor if you don't actually get to see it? But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and remember to like the video, subscribe, and yeah, with that being said, I'll see you beautiful gamers in the next one. Stay awesome.